release from the Chicago Police Department in here without any comments whatsoever. Just pure propaganda without any questioning. I guess, of course, if you were to question what the Chicago police said, then we would be conspiracy theorists, because the way the MSNBC works is to never question what the government says. Listen to what they said in this. They said, Chicago police abide by all laws, rules, and guidelines, and the allegation that physical violence as a part of interviews and suspects is unequivocally false, offensive, not supported by any facts whatsoever. MSNBC doesn't have any reports about the people who have come forward, about the lawyers who have come forward, who have said that exactly the same thing happened to them that happened to you guys on Friday. When you walk up, they won't talk to anybody, they won't acknowledge anything, they just send you away. And yet he had that happen for several times. He called somebody that he knew inside the police department, and within a couple of minutes they came out and they let him in. And of course, his client was still in there. And that's somebody that had the money to get a lawyer. And that's the problem. They're doing this in a poor area. Stay with us. We're going to be right back with Joe Biggs in Chicago.
The government's Department of Homeland Security is buying up loads of ammo. At the same time, they're restricting civilians' rights to own and purchase firearms. Can you put two and two together? Infidel Body Armor can stop every round, including hollow points and .308 sniper rounds, is reasonably priced and fully legal. But for how long? Go to InfidelBodyArmor.com, spelled INFIDEL bodyarmor.com. Infidel Body Armor just won't quit.
When cells become toxic, they die early and aging sets in. No one has put together a formula that focuses directly on brain health, nerve growth factors, and optimizing your cellular energy at the same time. Just one of the key compounds, BioPQQ, is backed by major clinical studies. You want the best that's out there at the lowest price anywhere? We now have the synergistic solution. Secure your DNA force today at InfoWarsLife.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139. For all of recorded history, civilizations around the world praised the health benefits of silver. At InfoWars Life, our mission is to bring you the highest quality, purest, cleanest, effective colloidal silver on the market today for the lowest price available. You don't have to be a doctor to know. The fall and winter months are the most dangerous time of year in North America when it comes to you and your family's health. InfoWarsLife.com is very excited to announce our biggest run yet of Silver Bullet colloidal silver, exclusively available at InfoWarsLife.com. Now, InfoWarsLife.com has taken colloidal silver to the next level using a cutting-edge technique that is free of toxic artificial additives. Now more than ever, it's important to stock up on high-quality Silver Bullet from InfoWarsLife.com. No survival chest is complete without Silver Bullet. Secure your Silver Bullet today at InfoWarsLife.com or by calling toll-free 888-253-3139. Silver Bullet.
You can now listen to The Alex Jones Show live on the free TuneIn Radio app, featuring over 100,000 real radio stations, over 4 million podcasts streaming live from every continent, offering unprecedented access to listen to anything, anywhere. TuneIn lets you listen to over 100,000 real radio stations and more than 4 million podcasts from every continent. 200,000 mobile downloads per day. Available on iPhone, iPad, Android tablets, Windows 8, BlackBerry, Amazon Kindle. Available in over 200 branded products with millions of devices sold worldwide, including Samsung Smart TV, Roku, Sonos, Sony PlayStation, Amazon Echo, Panasonic Viera TV, Logitech Squeezebox. TuneIn brings streaming radio to cars, including GM, Ford, BMW, Tesla, Mercedes-Benz, Volvo, Nissan, Fiat, and more.
Alex Jones here. For the last 2 years, I've been working with top doctors, nutritionists, and chemists to design a nutraceutical formulation that has truly life-changing health benefits. So many other formulations out there contain toxic ingredients, synthetic additives, and even GMOs. Introducing the all-new Ancient Defense Herbal Immunity Blend, crafted with over 14 key ancient herbs and extracts to supercharge and prepare your body for what experts admit is the most dangerous season of the year. We have rejected perfected hundreds of other formulations in our quest to bring you what is simply the most powerful and comprehensive proprietary formula that we have ever created in the realm of herbal immunity. Experience the benefits of combining over 14 ancient herbs and extracts with exciting new advances in nutraceutical science. Now is the time to secure ancient defense for you and your family. Visit InfoWarsLife.com or call 1-888-253-3139. That's InfoWarsLife.com.
You're listening to The Alex Jones Show. Listening to an Infowars.com frontline report. It's Alex Jones.
Welcome back to the Alex Jones Show. I'm David Knight. We're talking to our reporters in Chicago. And one of the things that allows us to send them there, of course, is your support. Buying the products that we sell at InfoWarsStore.com. This last month, in the month of February, we had a special for Super Male and Super Female Vitality, 20% off of both of those. We are now officially sold out of the Super Male Vitality. We still have a limited quantity of Super Female Vitality. We will continue to make that available for 20% off. That's at the InfoWarsStore.com. And, of course, the majority of what's in there is there's a lot of commonality between those two. There's some things that are different for the Super Female and Super Male, but it's nothing that's estrogenic, nothing that you have to worry about feminizing you like you would have to worry about with BPA plastic, for example, which is in most of the cans and bottles that you get everywhere else. So if you are out of your Super Male, you can also use Super Female Vitality without worrying about it. Let's go back to our reporters in Chicago. We've got Joe Biggs. We're just talking to him. He's freezing in the cold there, and this is the last segment that Joe's going to be with us. So, Joe, give us an overview, real quick summary of what's happened this last weekend and what you're looking forward to the next couple of days.
Well, one of the interesting things that we were talking about earlier about with the media blackout, what people like Fox News, CNN, MSNBC, what they do is they hear about this, and then they call the Chicago Police Department and go, do you guys have a black site? They go, no. And they go, okay, that story's it's not true. That's bogus. We've investigated. Right. They told us no. So, they just
just like the NSA told us they weren't listening to collecting our stuff, right?
Yeah, we're not listening to your data on your phone. We're not going through your phone. We're not spying on you through your webcams. That's crazy. Yeah, but I was able to reach out. I haven't got a response yet, but I reached out to one of the victims who was held there. His name was DeAndre Hutchinson. He was one of the gentlemen who was held there for, I think, upwards of 3 days, stripped down, shackled to a wall, and punched in the face. He said the guard put him down on the ground and then stomped on his testicles. So, I mean, there's definitely some very intense tactics that are being used on these people. And this man said that he heard people screaming in other areas. He wasn't able to talk to anyone for 3 days.
Yeah, Joe, I don't know if it was that guy. One guy they had, basically they said they handcuffed him with his arms straight, to either side, stretched out like he was crucified. And then one of the cops beat him and then basically put his foot on his groin and just rubbed it like he was putting out a cigarette butt. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, And it's so mind-blowing that the mainstream media will not jump on this, will not cover it. They won't lift a finger. They have the same attitude as the cops who come in and out of there, just kind of like laugh it and joke it off. This isn't a laughing or joking matter whatsoever. And one of the interesting things about the blackout in the media, like you were talking about earlier, is no one here knew about this until yesterday. A lot of the people that were driving by who stopped to be a part of the protest were just happened to drive by and saying, what is this? I drive by this place every day. And we're like, well, this is the black site. This is a Chicago PD torture center. And they're like, really? We drive by this every day. I didn't know. So there's a huge, media blackout. I mean, unless you really are into alternative media, you get your news from the internet, you're watching InfoWars, you're watching other channels like us, you're not going to get the full story, and that's the sad thing.
Let me give you this headline. Sorry, Joe. NPR, and get your reaction to this. Even if the Chicago black site story is a stretch, this is National Public Radio, it stirred up bad memories. In other words, it's not happening. It's just history, but we empathize with your suffering is what they're saying. essentially. Yeah. That's NPR. That's the way so they're saying, well, we're not ignoring it, but it's not real. Don't worry about it. But, it brings up bad memories of things that no longer happen anymore. That's the way, the total spin on this.
I mean, it's disgusting. Tell it to the people who've been held there that place is not real.
Yeah.
That being in that place, that would change you for the rest of your life. That's something that you would lose all trust for any kind of police officer, anybody out there who's a public servant that's supposed to have your best interests at hand. But they're not. I mean, this goes against everything we stand for. And it breaks my heart when you don't see enough people angry, pissed off about this. People should be calling in and demanding for this place to be shut down non-stop. And we're not getting that reaction. More people are concerned about a shape-shifting, color-shifting dress or what one of these celebrities is doing.
That's true.
People will go up in arms if you post something negative about their football team. People will argue with you and comment, and you'll get 10 million views if you say a football team sucks. But if you talk about a torture center on American soil here in Chicago, people don't care. And it breaks my heart.
Absolutely. They just can't believe that anything like this could ever happen in America, even when we show them that it's happening, even when we talk to the people who have seen it happening, the lawyers, the individuals who've had this happen to them. It's amazing. And at first it was just one person. Then you had another person come out and another and another. And so then you got other lawyers who are coming out and talking about this. So it's starting to build. Hopefully that'll help. But I remember when the NDAA was first passed, when Obama signed it on New Year's Eve and said, when he had previously said, hey, don't worry, I'm not going to sign anything that authorizes the U.S. military to detain people on American soil indefinitely without charges, without trial. I'm not going to sign that. And then he signs it on New Year's Eve and then says, don't worry, I'm not going to implement it, when it was happening in his own hometown. And he pretty well knew about it. That's what a lot of people believe, that he and Rahm Emanuel fully knew about all of this, and I think they did as well.
Oh, of course, they had to. I mean, this is his hometown. He's going to know all about this, and I'm sure this is their testing ground, and it's been a testing ground for what they plan to do down the road.
Yeah, absolutely. There's in one of the Guardian articles here, they have a quote from someone who says, over the last 25 years, Joe, we've repeatedly brought the Justice Department and U.S. attorneys powerful evidence of systemic police torture, repeater cops running wild without discipline or supervision, and a myriad of other patterns of outrageous police misconduct. And he goes on to say, when Barack Obama was an Illinois state senator, he assiduously avoided any acknowledgement of or involvement in the fight against police torture, as did then Congressman Rahm Emanuel, who later became Obama's chief of staff. So this is where it begins. These guys have this going on in their city. They don't do anything about it, except what they do, Joe, is they bring it to a national level. And they have people like this police detective taking the torturing to Gitmo, one of the worst offenders there.
I mean, the president back in June already signed off on the paperwork to allow him to detain anybody that they think have a like Ebola or something like that, just like they had up in New Jersey with Chris Christie. So, I mean, it keeps clamping down. This stuff keeps happening. And they're amping their game up. The government is preparing for what they're doing. But the people and masses are not waking up. Yeah. And that's what needs to happen. People need to wake up and pay attention. They need to look and see what's going on, because too many people are ignoring this stuff. And at the end of the day, when it finally happens, this great awakening, it's going to be too late. They're going to have all the guns. They're going to have all the bullets. They're going to have all the power. And we're not going to be anything except a bunch of slaves sitting around being tortured by these guys.
Joe, we got to go to break in just a couple of minutes, but before we do, there's an article that's up on our site today about Google. It wants to rank websites based on truthiness, essentially, not on their links or what the content that they have. And I guess that begs the question as to who gets to decide what's truthful.
What's true?
Yeah. Is that Snopes? Is that Google? And if the mainstream media is going to try to cover up something like this black site here, and we report on it, then are we going to be downlisted on Google searches? That looks like that's what's going to happen. Well, you're going to be there tomorrow, right? You're going to be live on the radio show with Alex Jones tomorrow with another report. Is that correct?
I'm not sure if I'm going to be on the show because I'll be talking to the lawyer during that time.
All right. Well, stay with us. We'll be posting your reports on Infowars.com. Thank you. Joe Biggs in Chicago. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Since before the days of the Roman Empire to support the body's natural systems and enhance overall health. Introducing the new InfoWarsLife.com. Oil of oregano formulation. A highly advanced nutraceutical form of of this key herb that has been traditionally used by civilizations for thousands of years to promote health. We have now procured the most high quality and potent forms of oregano oil on the market, sourced from top leading manufacturers to ensure a concentrated level of bioactive ingredients, extracted directly from the wild herb and sealed in easy-to-use capsules. You will no longer need to endure the burning of liquid oregano on the tongue. Wild crafted from the Mediterranean oregano species that experts agree is one of the most powerful and most challenging to acquire. This winter season, it's more important than ever to secure this